Today, we are reviewing the ForeverRun Nitro 2. As usual, we are going to start from the upper down. The upper is this really nice soft knit material. You can see it pretty well. It wraps around the foot nicely. I'd say maybe on the warmer side of uppers, but I personally prefer slightly warmer uppers. Width of the shoe is pretty narrow, unsurprisingly, since it's a Puma shoe. I will say on this shoe, it is a little long, but it's not a major problem, and it'll still fit and hug your foot just fine. Personally, I'm on slightly the smaller side of 7, so this shoe fits me pretty well. In terms of the tongue padding, it is fairly minimal, with a little bit throughout the middle, but around the end where you're actually going to be lacing your shoes, there's basically no padding. And there's also this weird triple tongue design. You can see 2, 3, and it sometimes makes it a little weird when pulling it up, and so you're going to need to make sure to get all 3 up. But other than that, I'd say that's pretty well. With the heel, it's very much a gel Nimbus or Mega Blast type heel, and it has this very nice stretchy heel tab, which is really helpful for putting them on. You also have this plastic piece in the back, that's the run guide system, and obviously it's a stability shoe, so you're going to see a lot of stability elements within the shoe. And also, real quick, the laces, I'd probably say they're slightly stretchy laces actually, and they're not crazy harsh, they don't give too much lace bite, but it's obviously just something you want to try on before you really buy the shoe. Now, before I talk about the midsole of the shoe, I want to talk about the insole, because this shoe has a very nice insole. You can see it very much cups the foot around, provides a lot of arch support right here, and then flares out in the front for some better flexibility. You can even see how my footprint has sort of embedded itself into it. And I'd definitely say this is probably one of my best insoles. It's also a little coarse, which allows socks to stick really nice to it. Now, the midsole of this shoe is really where the magic happens, unsurprisingly, with most of the shoes. I would say this shoe is considered high to max stack. It's a little bit less than the Magnify, but a little bit more than the Velocity, just for context with other Puma shoes. And definitely with the tuning of this foam, you're getting a softer experience in exchange for a slightly less responsive experience. And you're going to be able to see on the bottom, we have 2 different colors of foams. It's a dual density midsole. You're going to have a firmer foam around the outside, once again to help cup in the foot and prevent overpronating. And then you're going to have a more squishy foam in the middle, obviously, for landings and energy return. I wouldn't say the shoe is the highest energy return. Once again, it's definitely more of a max cushion shoe than it is a speed or just everyday trainer. Another thing is, when Believe in the Run did their review, they mentioned how the forefoot could be a little thin, which it's actually a very big problem I have with a lot of shoes. I had it with the Pegasus Plus, and a lot of shoes I even tried in stores. But I would say with this shoe, that's not really a problem, especially compared to some of those other shoes with higher drops. The shoe is relatively moderate drop, and you're definitely going to feel the drop a little bit, but I don't feel the forefoot is too thin, and I consider myself to be someone who is very picky with the height of their forefoot. Now, the outsole on this shoe is fantastic. It has the Puma grip rubber and a lot of stability elements as well. So you're going to see the black rubber all down the shoe, which is the classic Puma grip. It has this great wavy pattern, and it has these little maybe squares like slightly imprinted on it. And in terms of where it's worn off after 100 miles, it's only been my medial heel. The entire rest of the shoe is basically pristine. Now when it comes to stability elements of the shoe, you're going to have this line going down the center of the shoe. Puma calls it their toe-off line, or just as part of their run guide system. And it's just going to be really helpful knowing where in this shoe and how you really take off the toe. Maximal stability, just with knowledge of the line there and the slightly harder rubber. And then over here, you're going to have a bead of rubber that's also part of the run guide system that just prevents you from collapsing too much inward and overpronating. Something also I want to point out with the shoe is in the back, the rubber is conjoined, and with the heel channel going through, and there's space between the shoe and the heel rubber, which I find really interesting. I'm not sure why they did it, possibly to control the stability in the heel and stop it from spreading outwards too much. Now, the ride of this shoe is fantastic. It's really cushioned, really soft. I use it for basically all my easy miles. I use some of my other shoes, like the Takumi 1010 and the Adios 9, for my more speed-oriented, threshold-oriented sessions. I will most likely never pick this shoe for that kind of session. It's just really not that kind of shoe. I feel one of the big problems with the stability market right now is that we don't have speed shoes for stability. You have a lot of max stack stability shoes, even some medium stack stability shoes. This one is quite possibly on even the lower and more responsive side of stability shoes, but it's still not very fast at all, especially if you're, training for track like I am. Who is this shoe right for? I think just anyone who wants a stability shoe, they should at least consider this shoe. In terms of the other players in the game, I know ASICS has a lot, maybe more classic and even more max stack stability shoes, like the Gel Kayano, I believe, and the GT2000 for a more classic oriented shoe. That may even be a little faster than this. I may have to try it someday. I know Nike has the Structure, and they just released their Structure Plus, but the Structure Plus is looking more like a max stack shoe, and I walk around with the Structure daily, and I would not say it's better than this shoe in any way. Now, something I rarely see people talking about, I will say Sagatsu Running, great channel, has a great video about Puma foams and the Puma lineup, but Puma seems to use a wide variety of foams. They seem to use Puma in their Deviate series and in the Fast Forward, which actually, really cool shoe. I may have a review coming out with that soon. You'll just have to wait and see. So I actually reached out to Puma just because I was curious about the chemical formulation of the shoe. If you've watched this channel for any good length of time, you'll know my two fascinations are science and running. And with this shoe, they told me it was a TPU, which is really interesting because Puma's premier race shoe, the Fast R3, also has a TPU, and Puma's most popular training shoe, the Velocity Nitro 4, also has a TPU, although it's most likely a TPU EVA blend, just looking at how it handles colder weathers and temperatures. But I would imagine this shoe to be a TPU EVA blend, maybe even a TPU PIBA blend, but I would still give this shoe a high rating on durability. It shows that Puma is willing to take their best tech in their shoes and put it into their daily training shoes. And I feel like some other brands haven't really caught up when it comes to TPU foam qualities compared to Puma, because TPU looks like it's the future of running shoes right now. I'm not sure. I think PIBA and TPU are going to be battling it out for a while, but the fact that TPU is in this shoe just really speaks to the possible exposed midsole durability, as well as just the comfort and the cushion of the shoe for long daily miles. Now that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to be recording some other videos this weekend, but we're going to edit this one first. And I'm also doing daily training logs. I hope you watch those. I have a lot of fun doing them. And I'll see y'all next time.